Jim Welch's father planted Poors Hill in the late 1980s with a mixture of pines, larch, spruce and Douglas fir. Planting this poor ground with forestry meant that the cattle were no longer grazing on this land, and the red water soon disappeared from the cattle.
There used to be a problem with red water in cattle. There used to be ticks in that, and we didn't know it until it was all planted and fenced off.
Yeah.
And the red water in the cattle stopped happening at that time. So that was a great plus to begin with the forestry. And it was just nice seeing it growing then over the years, you know. We all would have weeded the trees as children growing up, you know, and helped planting and putting rock phosphate around the trees to get them started because the ground was very poor. So yeah, I would have started tinning myself with a chainsaw, but it wasn't long before I realised I could give the rest of my life in there with a chainsaw. So the machines came in then.
Jim is a dairy farmer with a herd of 80 cows. So when the time came for organising the clearfell on Poors Hill, his local producer group was on hand to help.
Well, yeah, we had found different contractors as we were doing the tinning stages. And then the Irish Wood Producers was set up, and I became a member of that. And from there I got to know the people working in that, and I thought it was the best thing to do. It's a cooperative, basically farmers helping farmers to get the most from their woodland. So I went with them, and there was very little organising for me to do then. It made it easy. So I was very happy with what they've done, and they've been very transparent in where timber goes and how much I was getting for it and who's going to be doing the work.
The site was cleared in 2 phases, and thanks to a strong market for wood products, Jim's earnings exceeded expectations.
Well, per tonne we were looking at €79 last year when we'd done the first half of the clearfell. And this year went up to 115, the second half of the clearfell. So that was a huge difference, and it's a bit like selling cattle. You could hang on, but the prices might go down as well as up. So that's the way it goes. We got lucky this year with the price.
79 a tonne was good, but obviously
that was very good.
But 115.
Yeah, that was exceptional. Like. So yeah, we were delighted with that, and I suppose per acre when you do the sums and when you have to re-establish the trees again, it's working out at nearly €200 an acre per year over 40 years. So that's even better than beef, you know, or even to little land. You'd just about get that. So
a short drive from Poors Hill in Donamagan, Jim has 20 hectares of Sitka spruce.
I applied for a licence just 3 years ago for another tinning. It should have been tinned 3 years ago, but we're still waiting for that licence to come. So hopefully not too far away.
I asked Jim if he would encourage others to plant.
But if you have marginal land, I think it's a really good option. Or land that's not accessible to your farm. Or it's a longer term investment, but it does pay off. Like. I guess you got to be watching the prices at the time of clearfell. No point clearfelling when prices are low. But there's a bit of luck in it too, like everything, you know. Yeah,
and you kind of make your own luck as well, Jim, don't you?
You can control it to a certain extent, but prices can go up and down pretty quick in any business. So it's easier work than dairy farming. I would say that.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to be up early in the morning for the trees, you know.
Jim enjoys being a wood landowner and appreciates both the work done by competent contractors and the joy of using your own wood.
I'd be watching the machines all the time, I call around every day, seeing how it's happening, and it's pretty amazing, the big machines, how fast they can work. You know, and seeing a good operator choosing the right trees, and they generally are very good at it. You know.
And do you keep any of the timber for yourself? Do you use any of the wood for firewood or for making anything yourself, Jim?
Yeah, I have a sawmill at home, which I don't use that often now, but I have kept some timber just for sawing for stakes or timber for sheds and things like that. Yeah.
Must be a nice feeling.
It is. Yeah, it is good to know that you grew it and you're sawing it and now you're using it in a shed, and with the price of timber now at the moment, it pays too, you know.
Yeah.